So the first thing we implemented was a version interface, and this was made in order to change the functionality of the different versions. So there were 4 different functionalities we'd need to change between beta, delta, and gamma. That was aging, winter, unit action, and world map. So we made interfaces for each of those methods, and I am showing all of those now. So for beta version specifically, which is the one we will be looking at, we only needed to change aging and winter. So for aging, this is the functionality of calculate time. Instead of just adding 100 years like alpha version did, and I'll show that too for reference. It sets the aging to be dependent on what year it is in the game, and that determines how much it will iterate. And then winter checks who owns all the cities on the same map that alpha version had. So it only needs to look at the cities at 2 points. So we can just check who owns those at any given time, and if it's the same player, they will win. So this can all be found when you go into the game implementation file, and what will happen is when the game impl is initialized, you'll select the version that you want all that functionality to be set to, and that'll be set here. So the version is where we would put, say, alpha version and set all of the functionality. So for beta version, if we go back into it, we can see that it has the same alpha world map, and unit action doesn't exist just like alpha, but there's a difference for beta for aging and winter, which is called there. So then we can go into the testing files, and in here we can see the before setup initializes the game to the beta version. So red should win when we made it so that a unit will take over a city if it goes on top of the city. That way we could change the ownership of the city. And that was also tested in this test case above that. We can run both of those. I'll comment these out. Don't know why this is taking so long. There it was. So that passes, and then the rest of the tests focus around the different iterations that the years have to take, which I will run through quickly as well. So it should jump 100 years if it is when it starts at negative 4,000 BC, and then once it gets down to 100 BC, it should only go up to year 1, or negative 1, I should say. After that, it'll go to 1, and then it'll go to 50, and goes back to 100, where it iterates 50 years until 1750. At that point, it starts iterating 25 years till 1900. Iterates 5 years at 1900, and then after 1970, it iterates a year. So I'll run all those quickly as well. And those all pass. So that's pretty much the entire implementation that went on for putting beta version in. I don't think I missed anything, correct? Alright, so yeah.